You're at a party. You lean in and tell your best friend, "I'm thinking of finally starting my own thing." There's a 3-second silence. Then, they give you that look. The same look they'd give someone who just said they're moving to the woods to live with squirrels. They don't call you crazy, at least not to your face, but the vibe shifts, and they start talking to you slowly, using that overly patient sympathy voice, like you're made of thin glass and they're terrified you're about to shatter right in front of them. And here's the problem. That look kills you. It makes you want to crawl back into your shell. And you'll spend the next month planning, which is just a fancy word for hiding, because you're terrified of looking like a fool in front of people who are too scared to even try. Today, we're fixing your backbone. We're talking about why your inner circle is the biggest threat to your future, and why we think you need to stop asking for permission to be happy. If you stick around towards the end of the video, I will tell you something you can do this weekend. Spoiler alert, it's free. Without any further delays, let's get this started. Welcome to Inception Beacon, and we're here to ignite startup success for new founders. Now, I'm going to be honest. The next 4 chapters are going to hurt. I'm going to point out exactly how you're letting the people you love keep you small. Most people will turn this video off halfway through, because it gets uncomfortable. However, if you stay until chapter 5, I'm going to give you the one secret that makes you bulletproof. It's the only way to build your dream without losing your friends, but it requires a level of discipline most people simply don't have. Consider this your first test. Let's begin with chapter 1, the Caveman Glitch. Look at why your brain is acting like a coward. For thousands of years, if the people in your tribe didn't like you, they kicked you out. And back then, being alone meant getting eaten by a tiger. So, your brain is hardwired to think, if my friends think I'm weird, I'm going to die. Fast forward to today. Your friend says, "That sounds risky," and your brain triggers a 5-alarm fire. You aren't being careful by listening to him. You're just responding to an old biological error. The only thing that's actually going to eat you alive isn't some prehistoric predator or a mean comment on social media. It's that cold, heavy regret of realizing, way too late, that you lived your entire life trying to please people who are just as scared and stuck as you are. Then you have chapter 2, the expert trap. Expertise versus love. We really need to have a talk about your friends. Look, you love them, and I love them too. They're great for a weekend hangout or a movie night. But why in the world are you asking them for a roadmap to a dream that they've never even had the guts to imagine for themselves? You're essentially asking people who are comfortably stuck for permission to finally get moving. If your friend has worked the same job for 10 years and spends their weekends complaining about their boss, why is their opinion on your future so important? Every time you go out of your way to get a thumbs up from people who don't know how to build anything but a comfortable routine, you're basically asking a goldfish for step-by-step directions to the mountaintop. It's not that they're being cruel or trying to hold you back, it's just that they've never even been out of the water, so why on earth would you trust them to guide you through the clouds? Love is not expertise. You have to realize that you can deeply value someone's heart without having to value their business strategy. So stop treating your Sunday dinner table like a high-level board meeting. If they haven't spent a single day actually doing what you are trying to do, then their opinion on your future is technically, completely and utterly useless. Chapter 3, the dopamine trap, the secret to failure. Here is the biggest mistake you make. You announce your big idea before you've even done the work. You tell everyone your vision, because you want them to tell you you're smart. They say, "Wow, that's so cool," and your brain gets a hit of dopamine. The problem, your brain thinks you've already won. You lose the hunger. You lose the drive to actually do the hard stuff because you've already received the reward of being a quote future success story. From now on, your work is a secret until it's a reality. Everyone else gets the finished product, not the rough draft. If you want to keep that fire in your gut, stop letting it out through your mouth. Still with me? Good. Before we continue, do yourself a favor and smash that like button, subscribe, and ring the notification bell so you never miss a beat. Also, Inception Beacon just released its first book, The 48-Hour Startup, the no-nonsense guide for people who hate business books. Available now. Click the link below in the description to grab a copy. Okay, back to the video. Moving on to Chapter 4, the crab bucket. Ever notice that whenever you decide to finally level up, whether that's hitting the gym, fixing your diet, or actually starting that project you've been talking about for years, your closest friends suddenly develop a PhD in concern and become deeply, deeply worried about your well-being? It's called the crab bucket mentality, and it's a classic for a reason. When one crab starts climbing toward the top of the bucket to find a way out, the others don't give it a leg up. They reach up and drag it right back down into the mud. It's not necessarily because they hate that crab. It's because if it actually escapes, it proves that they are the ones who are truly stuck. Your growth is a mirror, and frankly, it makes them deeply uncomfortable with what they see in their own reflection. They don't want you to fail. They just don't want you to leave them behind. They will tell you they're concerned about your stress, but really, they're just concerned about their own ego. Don't fall for it. And finally, Chapter 5, the 48-hour silent sprint, the antidote. You actually made it. This is the exact moment where most people hit the exit button, because things are getting a little too real for comfort, but you're still here, which tells me you might actually have the backbone to finish what you start. So, since you've actually got the backbone to stay this long, here's the secret to finally moving the needle, the 48-hour silent sprint. It's a total social blackout where you stop talking about your big vision to people who don't get it, and you start actually building it in the dark. For the next 2 days, you are officially under a total communication blackout. You are strictly forbidden from mentioning your plans to your friends, your family, or anyone else in your inner circle. No exciting updates just to make yourself feel busy. No fishing for a "what do you think of this?" just to make yourself feel safe. Absolutely nothing. If you feel the urge to talk about it, swallow that energy and go open your laptop instead. If they corner you and ask what you're up to, don't give them the satisfaction of a real update. Just give them a shrug, tell them, "Oh, just staying busy," and immediately flip the script to ask about their day or their plans instead. Take all that bottled up energy, that itchy, restless feeling of being misunderstood, and funnel every ounce of it directly into the work. Stop chasing the cool ideas for a second, and go do the boring, unsexy, repetitive stuff that actually moves the needle. Action is the only thing that silences the critics. You can't argue with results. When you stop looking for their yes, you finally find your own. Your friends will believe in you the moment they see you succeed. Until then, you are the only one who needs to see the light. Now, if you're actually serious about this and not just looking for another dopamine hit, you need to see what comes after the silence. I've put the next step right here on the screen. Go watch it now before you lose that spite that's currently fueling you. And if you have a friend who is currently stuck in the waiting for permission phase, send them this. Don't be a crab. Help them out of the bucket. Unless they're the cousin who made that little business joke, in which case, definitely don't send it to them. Just let them stay confused while you win. Listen to Business Banana. Go do the work. Thanks for watching. This is Inception Beacon, and I will see you in the next one.